Kidding about that Arctic blast. Never thought we'd see this in Texas.
That's not
That is
much.
pretty good. I mean, it's not much.
Oh, there's so many. All above rainbows.
Why are there so
Page Y.
many rainbows? And what's on the other side?
No, we can't do this.
So I don't know any of the other words.
She always ends her call by okay, and you have to respond okay.
My arms are like shaking.
Turning red too. What's up? Are you cold?
Yes. It's definitely 100% cold. The chance of coldness is very high, and I think that
There's no outside?
the chance of death is actually high too, because you know if you slip and fall on the ice, your legs will break and you'll die. But that's nice.
It might be
thought.
really cold, so you might get a fever or something. Or
Yeah.
a cold.
But it's okay.
So we lost power around 2 in the morning. It's like 15 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And the water plant lost power, so we don't really have running water. Well, we kind of do. We have like a tiny little trickle of water coming out of our kitchen sink. Everyone is bundled up in their winter clothes. It's cold in our house, so we don't know how cold it is.
There's nothing to do at all.
I'm so bored, I'm scratching.
Texas is not prepared for weather like this, so the roads are probably a mess. But Rhett looks really cute.
He's doing it, but with his hand in his mouth.
We just received reports from the radio because my dad's sitting out in the car charging his phone. It's 1:30, so it has been almost 12 hours without power. My dad is sitting in the car listening to the radio, and he said it could be up to 48 hours without power. This should be fun.
At least the toilet flushes.
At least the toilet flushes.
Sorta.
This is our water situation. We have 3.5 water bottles and 1 5-gallon. I'm just kidding. We have more than that. We have, what, 4 of these? We have 4 5-gallon jugs of water.
Well, now 3 and 7.
Okay, whatever. We're missing a little bit. This water is not turning on anymore. So, yeah.
Betty's going down too.
I wasn't prepared. It's 7:30. We still don't have power. Rhett is unhappy. Colin just did all the dishes with a bucket of bottled water. And now we're making hot chocolate. Because at least we have a gas stove. We also have to eat all of the melting ice cream.
And I'm taking it first.
Well, this one's just gonna go straight. And that's why you're eating it right now.
It's soupy.
Do you need water?
Emerson is so tired and ready for bed, and she's gonna sleep in our room because it's too cold in her room. It's 16 degrees right now. It's supposed to get down to 12. And I would just like to point out that later next week it is supposed to get into the 70s. Okay, it's 8:30. It got down to 10 degrees last night. The lake is frozen. I was kind of hoping that we'd get woken up in the middle of the night by the power coming back on, but that did not happen. You can hear across the lake our neighbor has a generator. The house over there has a generator too. They're the only homes with lights on at night. I'm not sure how cold it is in our house, but I slept with 2 pairs of pants, a long sleeve, a hoodie, big pair of fuzzy socks, and a beanie. And the kids had 3 blankets on them. So we survived. It's what, 12 degrees now? It's been over 30 hours without power, so that's been really fun. Postpartum menstruating has been the real cherry on top to this whole experience. I need to specify postpartum because it makes a difference, so I will refrain from talking any more about that. We had a little family sleepover in our room last night, so that was kind of fun. A little blanket for Rocky. I curled my hair on Sunday, and for the first time in my entire life, not only has my hair kept a curl for longer than a few hours, but it has held for several days. So I was feeling like I made it in life, and then I realized I also haven't showered in a few days, and I'm still wearing the same remnants of mascara from Sunday. Just keep myself in check. Just going out to the refrigerator.
Where? Oh, it's over here.
This is our fridge. Oh, here's some more stuff over
Oh,
here
I
too.
didn't even see that. I walked in here. Probably the bottom one here. It's a mess. Then we're supposed to get freezing rain tonight.
Hey. And we have our freezer out here on the back deck. I guess we don't have very much stuff out here. But I also have my container full of my breast milk. There was a little bird that was hanging out in my shoe. It is now between them and it's dead. The poor thing froze.
Peyton, look.
We are now breaking out the water filter. Gonna collect some snow because we're not sure how long we're not gonna have.
We're not resorting to the duck.
And
Are we really doing snow?
I don't know, I think we should.
no, not
We don't know
It's
how
better
long
than
we're
the
not
duck
gonna
water.
have water or power, so I feel like we might as well collect the snow we have before it melts. Just trying to stay warm. Hi, Rocky.
Oh my gosh.
Colin and my dad are going out in search of gas or power or any signs of life, really. Kenzie's collecting snow so we can boil it and filter it so we can hopefully have some more drinking water. Peyton might be going down to the lake to get some water for our toilets.
So messed up.
Rhett doesn't have his usual comforts of having a dark room, and his sound machine died, so I just pulled up ocean waves on my phone, and he's being a little trooper and falling asleep even though it's super bright in here. It's not like I'm trying to conserve my phone's battery anyway. The service out here is so bad right now. I was able to get on our neighborhood's Facebook page really briefly and saw that there were a few gas stations earlier this morning that were pumping, and so hopefully my dad and Colin will be able to find some so that we at least will be able to power our cars if we need to charge anything out there, or if we need to warm up for a little bit, because it is cold. But we're really just hoping that the power and water will come back on, because we had a very limited water supply and my family's here, so that's an additional 5 people that we need food and water for. We don't have a ton of stuff right now. My dad is kind of hoping that one of the stores will be open, but I seriously doubt it. If all else fails, we have a ton of rice and beans, so we'll just keep melting snow and cook our rice and beans with the melted snow water. Last we heard, the water plant did not have power. I guess they possibly got the generators up and running, but then there was an issue with the power transfer, and so all of us are still without water. I'm not sure if all of our toilets are flushing anymore, so it's been fun. I think at this point it's pretty much a statewide power outage. They were trying to do these rolling blackouts to conserve energy, but it did not work, and pretty soon everybody was out of power. I think they're slowly getting other people's power back on, but there's still like over 1 million people without power. There are a few people at church who have power because they have generators, so if we get really desperate, then we'll try and find somebody whose house we can go to. At least Emerson still got power on our iPad. Okay, here's our dirty snow water.
Snow with grass in it.
But it does come out clear, so yay!
Drinking it. Oh, I'm gonna have diarrhea.
If the dishwasher was there and it didn't need it.
Oh my gosh, yay.
Forget everything I said about the dishwashing.
Power!
Actually, we still have water.
Oh my
But we
gosh,
do have power.
Turn the heat on!
it already feels warmer. We have water?
I don't think we have water, but we have
Oh
power.
my gosh, it's a miracle.
Woo!
It's as low as it can go, so it might even be below it.
So it's below 50 degrees right now.
Emerson's over there.
Celebratory Dr. Pepper.
That means no more using this to wash my hands. So now we have hot water and we have power. We're just gonna try and take advantage of it while we have it, because we're supposed to be getting another storm tonight and possibly some like freezing rain and maybe an ice storm. We'll see what happens tonight. The pond is still frozen, but the fountain's back on, so I guess it's not that frozen. Rocky, do you miss the snow? You liked it, huh? Texas is definitely not prepared for this kind of weather. And that's okay, because we hardly ever get it.
Oh, it stinks.
Yay. And it's back on. I hope this isn't gonna happen all night. That was what, like 10 minutes? But we did fill our bathtub in case we lose water again, so no more running to the lake to flush our toilet. Okay, so we have power now, but Colin just told me that the water pressure is getting low again. Hopefully we're not gonna lose water tonight, because we can deal with no power, but having no water was really, really hard. Doing the dishes took about like 4 times longer than normal. So we're gonna hope that we have power and water throughout the night, but I think I'm just gonna go to bed and hope that everything is normal when I wake up. Thankfully we had water and power for like 8 hours today, so it's long enough for all of us to take hot showers and do some laundry and wash all of our dishes. We had that nice little break and time to recoup. At least we have internet and fully charged phones, so we'll see. Power comes back on and everybody gets on their devices. Our power went on and off a few times last night. We went to bed with power, woke up without power. It did turn on again after we'd been up for a few hours, but it's cold and rainy, so if we don't have power, then our house is really dark. Over there, it looks like there's a busted line. That is not steam, that is water, so that sucks. Literally just pulled these out of the oven and the power went out. Sorry, you can't make anything. Hi. So Kenzie just went to Kroger. By the way, this is Kenzie, my sister. She's single, she's tall, she's vegan, she's a really good cook.
Maybe you should let me shower before you put me in your video.
She just went to Kroger and she said that pretty much everything that was refrigerated or frozen was being thrown away. Everything was gone.
And I had to stand in a line outside the store in 30-degree weather because COVID.
Usually when everything's gone, they can get all the stuff that nobody wants because they're vegan, but
Very disappointing.
They had lentils, like I said
they did have lentils. So they're saying now that we need to conserve water because the ground storage tank is getting very low on water and they can't pump it in fast enough. If it doesn't come back up, they're going to have to shut the water off until the tank fills back up. Just look cold.
I feel kind of sad having lived in Chicago for 2 years. I'm freezing and it's 34 degrees.
I know. Emerson! Hi, baby!
for bed.
Rat, are you trying to eat Emerson's arm? What are you doing? What are you doing?
So it's Friday morning. The power came on Wednesday night and we've had it since. The water has been back to normal since like Thursday morning, but we've kept the kids in our room just in case. And it's a good thing we did, because last night around 11, Rhett started crying. So I came in here, checked on him, but when I opened the door, I kind of smelled something. So I checked on him. He wouldn't stop crying. So I just set him down and checked on Emerson real quick. And she had vomited all over her bed. I don't think she was in it for very long since Colin had just checked on her. It was still just like heartbreaking because she is lying in her vomit. She was like half asleep. She can't call for help. She wasn't crying. She was kind of shaking. I think it was because she was feeling sick, not necessarily because she was cold, but it was just so sad. We got her into the bath, cleaned her up, and she was just shaking, and it just seemed like she was trying so hard to communicate, but she couldn't say anything, and it was heartbreaking. It's things like this that make us feel like we always have to be within reach of Emerson, because if something happens, she can't ask for help, she can't call us over. Like, we have to be there or else things could go unnoticed. We're just glad that she was in the same room as us, because we usually check on her, but I mean, we could have checked on her before this happened, and then she could have been in it for the rest of the night. And we're just really grateful that we had running water, because if we didn't, then it would have been a whole lot messier. So Emerson slept on a mattress of blankets last night. But I think you're feeling a lot better today, huh? Yeah, I think you're feeling better.
Why choose match your outfit?
Well, Emerson was sick again last night, except this time it was out the other end. So, yeah, hopefully she starts feeling better soon. We've had a rough week, so we're going to treat ourselves with donuts.
It's like Christmas back there. Oh.